icLAAo. I can't lose. No reality where I lose. Bro, think about all these companies, right? Like DoorDash, Postmates, Uber Eats, Uber, Lyft, all of these tech companies that have come and put themselves into the public consciousness and have basically made themselves, you can't live without using them at this point. Think about all those companies and think about how much billions of dollars that they generate. What if I told you that if you go out today and sell something and make $1, you're officially more profitable than any of those companies? See, what the majority of people don't know is that in business, you can be making millions, billions, you could be making $1 trillion, but that doesn't mean that you're actually profitable. If you make $1 million, but your expenses are $1,001, you haven't done anything. Well, I will not say you haven't done anything, but you haven't made any money. In fact, you're losing money, which is what all of these companies are doing. Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, well, all of them. None of these companies have actually profited a single dollar at all ever since they were first started. So I thought this was just exclusive to Uber, DoorDash, and I've realized today, or found out today, that all of these companies, these tech companies that have inserted themselves into our lives, our daily lives, none of them are profitable. In fact, they're so not profitable that they have losses of billions of dollars every single year. Every single year, Uber is losing billions. Every single year, DoorDash is losing billions. So then in my head, knowing what business is and knowing the reasons that people go into business and what the point of a business is, which is to generate money, I think, so these companies, they're billions of dollars in the hole for years now. You know, most companies, if they know that they're going to be at a loss, you know, maybe it's a 4-year loss that we're projecting, a 5-year loss that we're projecting. But these companies are past that, the majority of them. So, and their losses, it's not like they're losing and then they're, you know, every year they lose less and less. Every year these companies go more and more into the hole. So my question is, why would somebody be funding these companies? Because people are funding these companies. Billionaire organizations are funding these companies. So I'm thinking, why are people funding companies that have no near future of profitability? And then I realized, oh, of course, because the point of these businesses has nothing to do with actually generating revenue. The point of DoorDash, Uber Eats, especially these companies that offer services where you don't have to do much, which makes your life easier. The point of these companies is not to make money. See, have you ever heard of the Trojan horse? You must have. The Trojan horse was when they brought, I forgot which two people it was, my bad. It's when they brought the Trojan horse, I believe it was Rome and something else, I don't know. But they brought the Trojan horse to their enemy's camp or city. And they put it outside, and the enemy thinking, oh, they've surrendered. You know, this is a peace treaty. This is some type of resolve, so the issues are going to stop. It's a present. This is good for us. This means something good. It helps us. They bring the Trojan horse inside of the place, inside of their city. They let their guard down, thinking that this is something that's good. And then when they least expected it, they all came out of the Trojan horse, the enemy, and slaughtered everybody. Now, what does this mean, and how does this apply to 21st century life? Well, I know you've heard another saying that the wolf always comes in sheep's clothing, which is to say that the things that are bad for you always appear as good for you. This is how they get you to let your guard down. This is how they get you to indulge in them, because they appear as something that's good. And then you indulge and indulge and indulge. And then when you least expect it, it gets you. It's exactly what all these companies' purpose is for. See, because these companies, at the end of the day, the fundamental reason for a lot of things in this life is to separate us from each other and then to destroy us. See, people say it's to divide and conquer. No, it's actually to divide and destroy, because they've already conquered us. There's nothing. They've already conquered us at this point, which is what people don't realize. Everybody is working to make a piece of paper. Once that system was implemented, especially since the piece of paper holds no real value, once that system was implemented, we were already conquered. Because once Richard Nixon took the US dollar off the gold standard in 71, I believe, the US dollar now has no value. The US dollar only has value because the government tells us that it has value. It's equivalent to literally me ripping a leaf off of a tree. And if I'm in charge, I declare this to be our currency. And as long as people believe in me and listen to me, this is our new currency. There's no actual value. There's no actual value to gold and diamonds, any of that stuff either, but, you know, at least money was linked to that. Now money is just an idea. So it's effectively slavery. Because if they have the power to print as much money as they want to print, and all they have to do to get people to do what they want is give them money, then they have slaves. And which is why inflation is going out of crazy, and which is why the US dollar is about to crash. You know, that's another story. But they've already conquered us. So right now, it's a divide and destroy game. See, they want to separate everybody. Every single paradigm in this life is to separate people from each other, bro. And I realized this the other day because I have a huge vocabulary. I know so many big words because I always read a lot of books growing up, watched a lot of high intelligent people or highly educated people speak. So I picked up on a lot of big words, you could say. And I know a lot of vocabulary. I know how to use big words in different situations, blah, blah, blah. And then I realized, what's the point of all these big words? I was thinking one day and I realized, what's the point of me knowing I can say this by saying this, and then I sound smart by saying this, and then people talk like this because this is the smart people talk. I'm like, bro, this is all to separate each other. It's a class system. For some reason, humans always had to have a class system. Or at least the society wants us to have a class system. In every movie you see, there's always a class system. You separate people from each other. You are in this place, you are in this place. And I realized that the only reason that there are even different words to say the same thing is so that the people who deem themselves to be above don't even speak the same language as the people who are below them. It's literally only to separate, because wouldn't it be easier if we just had one word for everything? That way everybody could understand each other. But some certain level of people want to be able to speak using words that the common folk don't even understand, which is why we have high words, which is why we have big words that mean the same thing as the regular words. So everything in this life is to separate us. The way we speak, politics, race, gender now, religion, big one, sexual identity now, everything. They're trying to separate people on so many different levels. Because once we're all separated, because if we're arguing with each other, oh, you believe in this, you're a Republican, oh, I'm a Christian, or no, oh, you're a Jew, I don't like Jews. When we're arguing with each other, then it's easy to destroy us. And when we're separated from each other, it's easier for us to destroy ourselves. See, my mind just went blank. It's easier for us to destroy ourselves. And that's the whole point of this whole thing, to divide and destroy. Everybody's separated. None of us agree with each other. We're all arguing on 30 different levels. So how can we improve? How can people get better? How can we make a better society when nobody can agree on anything and all everybody wants to do is prove who's right? How can we make a good society? We can't. All the different issues that separate us were created by a certain level of people, and then now they offer the solution. Oh, I don't like electric. Oh, I don't drive electric car. You drive electric car. Everything is to separate us from each other. At least that's how they framed it. So, and that's the modern day Trojan horse. They give you all these things. Now let's talk about it. They give you all these things. One, Uber Eats, DoorDash, all these things separate you from each other because now you don't even have to leave your house. I could get my food right to my doorstep. I don't have to mingle with people. Oh, I don't have to go and, sit on the bus with people. I can just Uber. I don't have to mingle with many people. Everything is separate. Not only is it to separate you, it's to destroy you. Because the less you go outside of your house, the less healthy you are. The more you're ordering fast food and eating garbage, the more unhealthy you are as well. You get sick. ChatGPT, another thing that they introduced into the public consciousness. The more you have an AI think for you, the less that you could think with your own mind. Electric cars. Oh, we don't have to worry about gas anymore. It's reusable. We're trying to save the planet. But once there's something that's electric, there's always an off switch. So now somebody else has the power to turn off your car, or your mobility is now at will to somebody or the energy grid. If there's no more energy, your car no longer works. Or if somebody decides to shut something off, your car no longer works. Or if there's a malfunction, your car no longer works. See, the Trojan horse came. It was a gift. It was good. They celebrated. Oh, they've given up. And then once they let their guard down, once they indulged, it was over. All these things that are here to benefit our lives, make things easier, is all to destroy us. Because the worst thing you could possibly have in this life is an easy life. Look at all the billionaires, millionaire sons. Look at their kids and how their kids' life turned out. Born, I have everything I want already. So what's the point? If you can get anything you want, just like this, there's no point to anything. The fact that you have to struggle for things in life is what gives your life value. It is the reason that you're not going crazy. The reason that you have to live. Because I want this, and I'm going to spend my life working towards it. So the fact that they're trying to make our lives so easy, we got anything just like this. You don't have to cook your own food anymore. You don't even have to know how to cook. The fact that they want everything, oh, we can get this just like this. You better be careful. Because what gives something value is because it's hard to get. Once it gives something value, it's scarce. How do you improve something? By working it, by doing it. How are you supposed to stay healthy if you never go anywhere? How are you supposed to improve your mind if you never think? AI is doing everything for you. These are just some of the things. But remember, the wolf will always come in sheep's clothing. Don't make the same mistake the Greeks did or the Romans did, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.